So, you clicked on this video because you want to know how good the new Pokemon introduced in the newest Pokemon DLC are, and I'm making this video because that's what I want to talk about. Wow, that's like such a coincidence. We should like hang out or something. Anyway, there's not that many new Pokemon, but they do seem to be pretty good. So why don't we just jump into it and start talking about how good are these new Pokemon actually? Starting with Archaludon. Okay, so this is the evolution to Duraludon, which in my opinion is really cool because Duraludon was already a pretty good Pokemon when it was introduced in Sword and Shield, mostly because like the typing is good, but what's really cool about it is it has this cool ability called Stalwart, which doesn't do anything in single battles, but in double battles is actually really cool. I think it is like the only way to get around Follow Me. So I'm curious to figure out how good Archaludon is, although it is kind of hard to say. When you're looking at how good a Pokemon are, the first things you want to look at are its ability, its typing, and its stats. So its stats are the thing we'll talk about last, but the typing is great. Steel Dragon, this is Dialga's typing. Steel is a great type. It lets you beat the Fairy type Pokemon that normally beat Dragon types. Overall, really good. And like I said, the ability is great as well. The question is, how good are the stats? But before we talk about that, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video. Awesome Champions, intense PvE and PvP content. Tactical upgrade system. Let me tell you about this amazing game which has all of these, and it is a must play for you right now. This December, revel in the festival spirit with Raid's Yuletide events. Presents await those who embark on this holiday event, and all players need to do is download Raid Shadow Legends using the link in the description. Copy your in-game player ID, and then venture over to raidxmas.plarium.com from December 15th to January 10th. Join my clan so we can enjoy Raid Shadow Legends together, following the brave Sir Nicholas across the Red Spike Mountains. And if you're an existing player, you can still join the festival fun by heading to raidxmas.plarium.com for a special promo code that everyone can redeem to earn a small in-game gift. So make sure you download Raid Shadow Legends this holiday season and don't miss out on all the festive goodness. New players, if you click my link in the description or scan the QR code right here, you can get 2 epic heroes, a very strong epic champion Lightsworn, and once you hit level 15, an epic boss killer Juliana. So just hit my link in the description. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, we'll be legends together. Thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Just like Duraludon, Archaludon's special defense is its lowest stat. However, 65 is definitely like workable. I actually don't remember how low Duraludon's is. Let's see if we can figure this out. It is 50. So you can see that it's actually a pretty big upgrade relative to the pre-evolution because I mean, like, okay, 50 and 65 are both low, but that's like a pretty big upgrade given it was like so low already. Like percentage based, it's actually a pretty meaningful upgrade. But the other stats are where we actually want to look. 85 is its next worst stat. It's not super fast, but it also doesn't necessarily need to be that fast. This is fast enough that if you want to give it like Tailwind support or like Trick Room support, it works with both, right? It's not going to be the slowest Pokemon. It's certainly not the fastest Pokemon, but it's definitely not the middlest Pokemon either. It's pretty slow, but it's not that slow. You can use it for sure. And then we have the good stats. So HP, this is the third worst stat, but still like, I would say good. I don't know if you all would agree with me. I would say this HP is like, it's good enough. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's not so bad. Like even if you don't invest in it, it's still going to be relatively good. And if you do invest in it, it can be like good. I would say not great, definitely not great, but like medium to good. Attack, I don't think we're going to be using that much because special attack is higher, but now we're getting into the good stuff. 125 base special attack. Great. That's really high. It's not really high now that we've had so much power creep, but like good special attack stat and very good defense stat. The defense is nice because it means like you're probably not going to be investing a ton in your defense stat as Archaludon, but just having it be so high naturally is awesome. So good typing, I would say across the board, I would say these stats are very good and the ability is great. The next question we need to answer is how good are the moves? As you can see here, it has Electric Shot. This is like Meteor Beam, but electric type. This means that you can run Power Herb and this is a 2-turn move. It's like Solar Beam or one of the other, or Meteor Beam. Beam. Basically with Power Herb, you get the benefit immediately, which means you also get a special attack boost immediately, which is really good. So Electro Shot, nice move, hits water types that resist steel moves, all very good. It's really strong, and it never misses, unlike Meteor Beam, which was one of the main drawbacks having used Lunala with Meteor Beam at a regional and missing all my Meteor Beams, this is really nice, especially because you can like ignore Moongus and stuff. Although this is a very, very good move. Against Iron Defense, that can be relevant. I think it also gets Body Press. You would, because its special defense is so bad, you're probably not running Iron Defense very often. Flash Cannon, always a good, reliable steel type special attack. Body Press, though again, you're probably not running this thing as a Iron Defense Body Press Pokemon. Aura Sphere is cool. Dragon Pulse. Aura Sphere, I don't think you're going to be running Aura Sphere very often, but the fact that you have the ability to is nice. Thunderbolt, good coverage move. Solar Beam, you can run what's Electro Beam, Solar Beam with Power Herb. Does that even work? Yeah, it should work, right? Draco Meteor, this is probably going to be one of your main dragon type attacks. Gyro Ball, probably not. Although actually, I mean, you could run Gyro Ball. Like for Fluttermane, for example, you could actually run Gyro Ball, right? Or Heavy Slam. I don't know how heavy this thing is. Oh, it also gets Meteor Beam. Okay, so it gets multiple beam moves. Hard Press. Okay, this is one of the HP based ones, the physical moves. Probably not using that. And then Dragon Cheer. So I don't know how good this move is in general because it doesn't say the specific details here, but I think that you're probably not running it. I think probably your main moveset in this thing is going to be Dragon Move like Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Protect, Flash Cannon, and probably Electro Shot, though you have other options as well. You can run this with Assault Vest and actually fit Body Press on the set, just like not as a boosting move, but just as a regular move. So yeah, on the whole, like how good is Archaludon? I think good. I think somewhere between good and great, personally. And actually, maybe Assault Vest is good because then you can actually just like smack Incineroar, right? You're faster than it naturally. No Incineroar is going to be running as much speed, like enough speed to outspeed you. You're extremely tanky. You can run Body Press, Thunderbolt, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, or you can run some of the other moves as well. You could run Mirror Coat, though it's really inconsistent. I think Archaludon is very good. That's my read on that. Let's talk about Hydrapple. So Hydrapple, Grass and Dragon typing. I don't love Grass and Dragon typing personally because you're weak to Fairy, you're weak to Ice, you're weak to Flying, you're weak to Bug. Maybe there's some other ones that I'm forgetting about. It's not great typing, though. Being able to resist water, it's not so bad. Like you resist water with both your types, which is really nice, especially for Urshifu. You resist ground, which is always hard to get. You resist grass with both your types, which is nice. First of all, design-wise, great Pokemon. In terms of its abilities, it actually has two good abilities because Super Sweet Syrup is obviously good, but Regenerator is also really, really nice. So depending on your team, you can pick either Super Sweet Syrup or Regenerator. We already know that it gets Syrup Bomb, the move that lowers speed, so that's cool. The real question for how good is Hydrapple is the stats, right? Good typing is okay. Abilities are good. Stats on the whole are very good, in my opinion. It is really slow, just like Dipplin. However, it's compensating for that by basically having amazing stats. Again, 120, 125, these are good special attack stats, especially because you're probably not investing in your speed here, so you can afford to max it out. It's not like Fluttermane levels, but like not everything can be Fluttermane levels, you know? What's nice is that it's really bulky. 80 being its worst defensive stat is great. This is a very good HP stat, definitely above average, and defense is good as well. So it's tanky and strong. It's just slow. So the next question is just the moves, right? Fickle Beam. Sometimes all the users... Huh? What's the percentage of this? Can do 160 damage? I don't know how often this activates right now, but having a move that can do 160 base power with no drawback is kind of nuts. It just depends on how often it happens. That's pretty crazy. Syrup Bomb, we already talked about. This is a great move. I'm glad that his other move is not 85% accurate because having used Dipplin, that was not cool. Recover is good, though I don't know how often you have room to do it. These are pretty much all Grass and Dragon moves. Moving on, let's look at the TMs here. Giga Drain, Pollen Puff, or Earth Power. Earth Power is really good, especially on a Pokemon with this typing because they can't hit steel types. Nasty Plot, Hydro Pump. This thing has some good moves. Leaf Storm, Draco Meteor, Terra Blast, Grassy Glide, Dragon Cheer, Yawn. I would say again, just like Archaludon, this Pokemon has a good move pool. It's not like getting anything super broken, though again, Fickle Beam could be broken. I just don't know what the percent to activate is. It really just depends on how often this activates. Good moves across the board, right? It's always going to have moves to run. It's probably running Protect, Draco Meteor, or what's it called? Fickle Beam. A grass move, like probably Syrup Bomb. It's such a good move. And then maybe Earth Power, maybe Hydro Pump, maybe Nasty Plot, maybe Pollen Puff. It really just depends what you want to do. It's just that it's really slow, so it's kind of hard to envision. Like this thing kind of wants to be a bulky special attacker, but its typing isn't like so good defensively that you want to be moving after your opponent always. And then having Nasty Plot and good defenses is great, but like you're so slow, I almost wonder if you even have a chance to use it. So I would say that on the whole, if I had to rank them, I would say right now I'd rank Hydrapple below Archaludon in terms of viability, just because it's so much slower, but it has a lot going for it, so it could totally still be good. Gouging Fire. This is a a Pokemon that I am very interested in. Gouging Fire has photosynthesis, which is cool. The design is funny. Kind of looks like it's wearing a hat. Typing is great. Fire Dragon is great typing. They tend to actually be pretty nice together because Dragon is weak to fairy types. Fire is just fairy, so you're neutral against fairy type Pokemon. I mean, being a fire type Pokemon with photosynthesis is nice because in the sun you get multiple benefits, so that's cool. Looking at the stats, all pro. Oh, is this, what's the stat total here? 590. That's one of the. Is that the normal one or is that the higher one? There's like two stat totals that Paradox Pokemon have. This is kind of classic, like 3 higher, 3 lower, but I would say these stats are very good. It's really bulky physically. Again, 120 base defense is great. 105 base HP is also very good, and 115 attack is good, not great. Definitely above average. Just not. It's not amazing. You probably want to be running, unless you're running an Adamant Nature, you're probably not hitting like that high. Like 167 stat is not that high. Special attack doesn't matter. Special defense is totally fine for a stat you might not invest in. Having 100 is typically great. So 93 is not great, but like good. You know what I mean? So having 93 is completely fine here. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's not so frail by any means, especially given the defensive typing is pretty good. 91 is the real issue. This is my main problem. It's relatively slow. With maximum speed, it is barely above 90. I think this is actually Landorus T's speed stat, if I'm remembering correctly. I think Landorus T caps out at 157 stat, 91 base. So speed dying Landorus T is not great, especially when you are weak to it. So the real question here is how good are, what is this thing called? Gouging Fire's moves. And I heard a rumor about a move that this thing got. Burning Bulwark. Okay. So this to me looks like, okay. This is protect, but if you make contact, it burns you, is my understanding of how this works. It uses insanely hot fur, protects from attacks, and also burns any attacker. This is a ridiculously broken signature move. This is very good. Very good, to be clear. Extraordinarily good. So yeah, that's a broken move. Let's see what else. Flare Blitz, usual. Dragon Rush. Nobody runs Dragon Rush because it misses. Raging Fury, because this is really good in single battles, but in double battles, I can't imagine you picking the target. Yeah, random target. So you just want to use Flare Blitz instead. Morning Sun is cool. Outrage, same thing as Raging Fury. You could Howl, probably not worth using. Other moves, Protect. Lol, you're not running Protect with what is this called? Burning Bulwark. Snarl, Flame Charge, Dragon Tail, Psychic Fang. Stomping Tantrum is okay. Dragon Dance is actually very interesting. Oh, wait, okay, hang on. Dragon Dance, Clear Amulet, Flare Blitz. What dragon? Does it get like Dragon Claw? Outrage, Earthquake, Stomping Tantrum, Draco Meteor. Give me Dragon. Temper Flare. This is like Stomping Tantrum. Breaking Swipe. Breaking Swipe is fine, I guess. Does it not get Dragon Claw? Oh, it does. Oh, I missed. So Dragon Claw, Bulwark move, Burning Bulwark, Flare Blitz, Dragon Dance. Very good set. Very good set. I think that this thing is quite good. Mainly because the signature move is broken, but the typing is so good. The stats are good. It gets a setup move. I think this thing is legitimate, personally. I don't know if it's going to be legal because Walking Wake was never legal or hasn't been legal yet. But I mean, if this thing is legal, I think it's going to be very strong. Raging Bolt. Now, I gotta say, I'm going to be honest. This is the one that I am the most interested in personally of the... I mean, I guess Walking Wake is probably like one of the better ones. They're all good, frankly. Electric Dragon is great typing because Electric only adds one weakness, but it adds a couple resistances as well. You super beat electric types. You're an electric type that resists water, which is really nice for Urshifu. Good typing ability again. Oh, they're all. Oh, right. Okay, it's all 3 ancient for the dogs, and then all 3 future for the Musketeers. So Electric Dragon, great typing. We don't need to linger on this. Stats. This is the big one. So its HP is very high, probably because it has a long neck. Very high base HP. Attack doesn't matter. Defense totally fine. Special attack very good. 137 is higher than Flutter Mane. Special defense totally fine. Speed slow, but not so slow, right? You could totally give this a little speed, add Tailwind, and kind of pop off. So I think that actually this thing has very efficient stats. It's tanky. It's got like good HP and defenses. It's really strong, and its lowest stat is its lowest effective stat that matters is its speed, but I don't know how much that matters. I mean, it definitely matters, but I think the other thing is that this thing gets a priority move, right? So let's see a look how this works. Thunderclap. The move enables the user to attack first with a jolt of electricity. This is special attacking electric sucker punch with 70 base powers. I don't know exactly, but my guess is that this can one-shot Urshifu. And if you give it like a life orb, maybe, I wonder if it could one-shot Tornadus. If you have like, imagine, okay, hear me out. I think this is probably +1 priority, right? Oh wait, that doesn't work, Wolf. It only works if they are going for an attack. So forget that I said that. They don't have this priority yet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter versus Tornadus. Okay, cool. So, I mean, this is a really good signature move, especially given it's relatively slow, right? Having a slower Pokemon with a strong priority move, even like if the priority move is conditional, is very good. So let's look at its other moves. You're probably running Draco Meteor on this thing realistically. It gets Dragon Hammer, which is messed up. This move can't be used. Oh, they brought it back. This is messed up because Dragon Hammer was Executor's signature move and they gave it to somebody else. Oh, because it's a dragon type with a long neck. Okay, that's actually funny. I take it back. That's okay then. Let's see here. Calm Mind, you can use this, but it's probably not great. Dragon Pulse, you're probably running Draco Meteor, Body Press Thunder. This is probably a standard moveset. The moveset here is probably Protect, Thunderclap, Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt. That's what I would run probably, because you want to have a consistent move that you can use even when you can run a Volt Switch over Thunderbolt too. Even when they like, if you want to not be forced to use Draco Meteor if they're not using the damaging move. Like imagine you run into Terra Fairy King Gambit and they go like, okay, Terra Fairy Swords Dance, and you can't touch them ever. So yeah, you definitely want another move here. I'm just thinking if there's anything I missed. I mean, Taunt is good, your Impulse is good, but not in a slow Pokemon like this. It's probably Thunderbolt realistically. I think this Pokemon's cool because eventually we will get electric terrain users back, and having a Pokemon that benefits from both Sun and electric terrain is probably pretty cool. I think this thing is very good. I haven't ranked them. So of the 4 Pokemon we've looked at, I think Hydrapple's the worst. I think Archaludon is above Hydrapple. I would put both of these. Maybe this is a hot take, but I think I'd put Gouging Fire as the best, then Raging Bolt, then Archaludon, then Hydrapple. But I gotta say, I would be surprised if we didn't see all 3 Pokemon above Hydrapple right now. Iron Boulder. Now, these ones I'm not so sure if they're going to be good. First of all, let's just be clear. All 3 of these Pokemon, it's like, instead of being fighting dual type, they're psychic dual type with Cavalion, Virizion, and Terrakion. And psychic is a significantly worse type. I think I actually ranked psychic as one of the worst types in the game the last time I did this. Also, Quark Drive right now is a much worse ability than Photosynthesis. The ancient Pokemon are typically way better than the future Pokemon, just in general, because of their abilities. Already starting off, this is pretty bad typing. Rock and Psychic are 2 of the worst types in the entire game. Rock is really kind of redeemed by sand benefits, but if there's not sand on the team, which you probably don't want to run Tyranitar and Terrakion, it's really not that good. This thing is weak to Ghost, it's weak to Dark, it's weak to Ground, it's weak to Steel, it's weak to Water, it's weak to Grass. It might be weak to Bug. I think it's weak to Bug. Rock doesn't resist Bug, right? Tyranitar is weak to Bug for sure. So on the whole, pretty bad typing. And ability, again, is basically having no ability. So we are off to a terrible start with Iron Boulder. Let's look at the stats though. Okay, now we're talking a little bit. Whoa, okay, very fast. I mean, it's not as fast as Fluttermane, but still, being above 120 is pretty nuts. Good special defense, like 108 was really good. Defense, not bad. Age is okay. Attack, good, and then HP, totally fine. So actually the stats are the best thing about this thing so far. How good this thing is really just depends on how good its moves are. So we're looking at a physical, attacking, relatively fast rock type. Let's see here. Psycho Cut, I mean, Psycho Cut is good. Not complaining about Psycho Cut. Sacred Sword is good. Mighty Cleave. Wait, what? Wait, what? Is this signature? Or is this the new rock move? Wait, this thing hits through. They gave us another Pokemon that hits through Protect? Oh man, really? No. Okay, this thing is broken. It hits through Protect. It's broken. S tier. I was talking all this smack. It hits through Protect. It's S tier. Well, the other moves don't even matter. Oh, Psyshock. Oh, okay, let's run Psyshock. No, it hits through Protect. Swords Dance and the ability to hit through Protect. Iron Defense, Earthquake, Close Combat. It's broken. S tier. S tier for Iron Boulder. It hits through Protect. Huh? It hits through Protect. Broken. S tier. Let's talk about Cavalion. Hopefully this thing doesn't hit through Protect. Typing, this is a lot better. I mean, this Steel Psychic is much better typing than Rock Psychic. So already we're off to a better start, but surely this thing doesn't hit through Protect, right? Let's look at the stats. I have a feeling this is going to be a special attacker. Yeah. So in terms of stats, it's slower than Terrakion and it's tanker than Terrakion. Iron Boulder, Iron Crown, whatever. It's also pretty strong. On the whole, these are very good stats. Speed is arguably one of the most important stats. So even though I would think on the whole, I would say that 4 of these stats are better out of the 5 that matter, but the speed being lower makes it actually probably about as good as Iron Boulder. But I mean, this thing is tanky and hits pretty hard. It's only compensating in speed. Stat wise, I mean, I think this is one of the better Paradox Pokemon that we've seen. Steel and Psychic typing. So let's see here. This sucks. Okay, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. I'm sorry. It's a 100 base power move that hits twice, which is really nice. So you can one-shot Chen Pao and stuff. One-shot anything with a Focus Sash you can get if you're one-shotting them. Nowhere near as good as Terrakion's signature. Nowhere near as good. Volt Switch is nice. It's not that good. I mean, yeah, signature move is good. So you're running Steel move, you're running Protect, you're running a Psychic move like Psychic or Psyshock, or I think I saw Expanding Force here. And maybe you're running Substitute or Calm Mind. Gravity is interesting. Not a lot of Pokemon get Gravity, so having another Gravity user is okay. All right, never mind. I take it back. Everything is Gravity. Okay, never mind. I take it back. Supercell Slam, not good here. Certainly not good here. Psychic Noise. This is an interesting move. I think it depends on what you're pairing with it. You can run Psychic for more damage, Psychic Noise for the tech, and then Expanding Force if you have Psychic Terrain active. You know, I think that because this thing gets Expanding Lightning Force and it's a relatively strong special attacker, it definitely has a niche. You can do stuff with this, right? Like this could be, you could just run, oh wait, no, Incineroar is back. Okay, never mind. It's dog water. This thing goes in the, this thing is not good. I take it back. Not with Incineroar. Having neither of your types able to hit Incineroar, not good. If there weren't Incineroar, then yeah, we could talk, but there is Incineroar, so we can't talk. I don't know which of the Terapagos I need to talk about because they all have different stats. I think that this is baby form. There's no way baby form is good, right? So yeah, we're not going to talk about Terapagos. This one doesn't matter. Its stats are bad. Look, but I'll click on it because I don't actually know how it works yet. Terra Shift. Oh, it's just all the same Pokemon but different forms. Okay, I see. So this is just this is the cute form that it walks around in. All damage dealing moves that hit the Pokemon its full HP when its HP is full will be not very effective. And then this is the new Rayquaza. Oh, okay. So it has multi-scale basically. It effectively has multi-scale, and then it has airlock, but also terrain lock. So abilities wise, I mean, very, very good, right? Multi-scale is great. It's a normal type, which isn't great, but I don't actually know how it works. Maybe it changes its type as well. I don't know. Let's look at the stats. Baby form, you can't use it, so it doesn't matter. Terrestrial form, tanky, not that strong though, I would say. Not that strong. So I would say actually it's kind of a letdown when it comes to its stats because it got worse stats than Iron Crown, right? Across the board. I think that actually, let's compare the two. So we can see here, Iron Crown is faster, basically the same special defense. It's stronger, close to the same defense, and then close to the same HP. This thing is just worse Iron Crown, and it's a normal type. Stellar form, on the other hand, now we're talking. This is how you design a broken DLC Pokemon. Stupid amount of HP. Look at this. You can cap out a 267 HP stat. Great defense, very good special attack. Did I say great defense? Good defense, good special defense. Speed's okay, but like this HP is so high that defenses actually make it very, very, very tanky. Am I recording? This is recording, right? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so now the real question is just the moves, right? So they all have different moves. Oh, how do you get Earth Power? Cool. Terra Star Storm. Okay, this is a good move. Why does it say eliminates the target? Does that mean it's a one-shot? I don't know. This is a very good move. Earth Power, Terra Star Storm, Try Attack. I mean, that's actually not bad. They all have the same level up move pool, right? Dazzling Gleam, Flash Cannon, Body Press, Dark Pulse. It gets like a move. It gets like all the moves. It's like Mew. Dragon Pulse, Aura Sphere, Surf, Ice Spinner, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, Ice Beam. So Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Earth Power. These are moves that standing out to me. Thunderbolt is probably on here. It gets like almost all the moves, right? Weather Ball, Scorching Sands. That's pretty good. You know, I'm gonna say this is a hot take. I don't know how good this thing is actually. I told a friend who was like, I really like the turtle. I was like, I think the turtle is gonna be broken before it came out. I think I might be missing something about how I haven't finished the DLC yet, so I think I might be missing something about how this thing works. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. I need to see more. I mean, the abilities are great. The stats in stellar form are really good, but I'm not convinced. That's all. But I also don't know what stellar form is. So let's say Wolf's not going to vote on this one. Lastly is Pecharunt. Not officially released. I don't know what that means. Oh my god, when it poisons you, you also become confused? Okay, first of all, this thing's going in the S tier. Typing is cool. This looks like a mythical Pokemon to me. Let's look at the stats. 88, 88, 88, 80. Huh? What? 600? Huh? 88, 88, 88, 88. What is this? Why is it 88? I don't understand. 160? Huh? Okay, stats are weird. Don't know what to make of the stats. 88, 88, 88. They're not that good, but the defense is so good. Special attack's kind of bad. Smog, Poison Gas, so you can poison and confuse both targets. Parting Shot, Malignant Chain. Oh, it's the next chain Pokemon. What's the percent here? We don't know yet. I mean, that's a good move, right? Because if it badly poisons them, Toxic, Nasty Plot, Recover, Acid Spray, Protect, Foul Play. This thing probably isn't that good, but it is really scary. Okay, this one's not so good either. Okay. So just to refresh, Pecharunt, probably not that good. It moves kind of suck. Terapagos, don't know. Jury's out. Iron Crown, probably the worst Pokemon on this list just because it loses to Incineroar. Hydrapple, next worst. Archaludon is good. This is the break point between Hydrapple and Archaludon. Like Hydrapple's still usable, but Archaludon's better. So Archaludon is really good. Gouging Fire is really good. Raging Bolt is really good. Iron Boulder is really good because it hits through Protect and its stats are good. So on the whole, I mean, almost all these Pokemon to me look really good. The fact that I'm sure I'm missing something about this DLC Legendary, like it's gotta be, I mean, it's gotta be broken. We're paying for it, right? Like it actually has to be broken. I think that these are all going to be really strong Pokemon. I mean, Incineroar is going to ruin all of them pretty much, so it doesn't matter that much, but really, really, really strong Pokemon here across the board. And I would not be surprised at all to see them, most of them dominating competitive play. Not you, Iron Crown. They really ruined these poor Pokemon got so screwed over because they all lose to, it's like Iron Crown, Iron Boulder, and then the Virizion one, Iron Leaves, they all lose to Incineroar. Whereas like the Dragon ones are actually all pretty good to Incineroar because this one hits it for super effective. This one obviously like it doesn't beat it, but if you run Clear Amulet and Dragon you kind of ignore it, which is nice. And then Raging Bolt is good Pokemon, doesn't care about Intimidate and outspeeds it and can Thunderbolt or Draco Meteor it. So Yeah, on the whole, I mean, these are all pretty much exclusively really good Pokemon. I would not be surprised to see them doing well. And yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this kind of return to like older school content. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye bye.